Hello to all you beautiful people. I decided to redo another value list video with a tier list. For today's video, I'm just going to be ranking weapons I would recommend trading for and not trading for based off value and likability to trade them and overpays. Just to give you a little tier list of stuff I would personally avoid and I wouldn't avoid. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit. Feel free if you want to make your own. I'll leave the description, the link down below. I'm sorry for that. And without that, let's get right into it. I'm just gonna go ahead and get Nick Scythe out of the way because I don't know if you can honestly trade for it. Vintages, they're just not that great. I'm gonna go ahead and get them out of the way. I'm trying to go fast here. Don't want it to be a long video like the last tier list video was. That was a bit long. We'll come back to that. Candy set, I would definitely recommend trading for. Everyone loves the candy set. We'll go ahead and put that at S tier. Batwings right now, especially, they are rising. I'll go ahead and put them again top of A tier. Old Glory set, the gun I'd say C. The knife I'd probably say D, because there are people that do want to trade for it. It just, you're not gonna see them much. Battle axe, it's just, you don't see people that want to trade it. Bat, I'll go ahead and give a B because it did recently drop a bit, but a lot of people still want it. Battle axe, it's worse than the second version. Bioblade, you just don't see people that want it. Candle flame, I would always recommend trading for candle flames when you can. People love the candle flame model. It's very unique. Put the chroma candle flame above it as it is set to rise, so you know, do what you may with that. Blaster set, I'll go ahead and give a low B tier as people like it. Sakura set / Blossom set. People love this set. Let me quickly find the sword. Oh, there it is. I would definitely recommend trading for the set. People want it. People overpay for it. It has a, I think, 50% chance of rising right now, so I would stock up on it. This could change by time this is uploaded. Who knows? If so, I apologize. Sears, F tier. I'd never see someone that wants a seer. Same with bone blades. Although the chroma bone blade, I'll give D tier just because it is a chroma. People do usually want them more. Chroma cookie cane. At the time of this recording, people do like it and are wanting it. It is set to rise. I will set it above the bat. The chroma bringers, always trade for these. I'm gonna go ahead and put them S tier. Actually, everyone wants them. Chroma Death Shard, C tier. I'll bump Chroma Cookie Cane up to A. Chroma Elderwood, I'll put S tier. People just want it. The Chroma Fang, however, I'm just gonna put, I'll put it above the American gun. Chroma Gingerblade, it's same story as Chroma Bone Blade. It's better than the original, as in people want it, but it's not really won much. Chroma Saws, and just in general, no one ever wants them. You can never trade them. Krups, people always try and trade for Krups. They're pretty good. The Chroma Gemstone, beautiful knife. I'll go ahead and give it a high B tier. Mid B tier, I'd say, once we're done with this. Chroma Heat, right next to it. Chill, you just don't, unfortunately, it's a great knife in my opinion, but you just don't see people that want it. Chroma Laser, chromas are pretty down bad right now. They're not really wanted unless it's the Luger or the Ringers. I'll go ahead and put Luger in A tier though. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and bump the bat up above it. Clockwork, on the other hand, never seen anyone that wants it, so I'm gonna put it at the bottom of D tier. Cookie Blade, I've never had someone ask. Cookie Cane, on the other hand, I do see people that want it, so I'll go ahead and give it decent C tier. Chroma Seer, it's a D tier. It's a chroma, but it just, people don't really want it. Chroma Swirly Gun, on the other hand, a lot of people are starting to want it again. It's a pretty good weapon right now. I'd put it above Corrupt, as a lot of people are trying to get it. I'll put it above the regular Candle Flame. My bad. Chroma Shark, not really wanted much by people. Chroma Slasher is about the same. Same with Tides, unfortunately. Regular Darkbringer, I'd give it a high B tier, as people do love the bringers. Regular Death Shard, I'd say it's more wanted than Chill. Eggblade, no one ever wants Eggblade. I think it's less wanted than Cowboy, honestly, just because Cowboy is a vintage. The Elderwood set, people do like the Elderwood set. I'll go ahead and put it above most of the chromas. I'm gonna go ahead and put the blade at the top of it though, as people just always want the blade. Eternals, have just had such a bad history, unfortunately. I'll go ahead and give the blue one, sorry, the purple one, D. I'll give the best one of them, the cane, and the lightning one higher, but just the green one behind, and then the teal one is just sadly F tier. No one trades for it. Bang's gonna go, I'll put it above Battle Axe. Flames, I'll put it above the regular Battle Axe. In my opinion, I keep calling Battle Axe too, the regular. Frostbite, neat design, but just, again, you don't see people trading for it, so I would highly recommend avoiding it. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump the Eternals down, just as I would completely recommend. I went ahead and bumped the Eternals down just because I feel you shouldn't trade for them, as people just don't really like the Eternal set, unfortunately. Frost Saber, I get some trade offers for it. A little bit less than Clockwork. Gemstone, a lot of people like Gemstone for not being worth very much, so I'll go ahead and give that a high D tier. Ghost, probably one of the only vintages besides maybe Shadow that people like. I'll give it same as a Chroma Seer. Ghostblade, I just don't get people asking for it. Gingerblade, I do get asked more for it. Ginger Luger, I get asked surprisingly decent amount. Ginger Blast, however, everyone wants this right now. I feel it's kind of underappreciated. I'll give it the best C tier for now, just because I feel like it has a chance to rise. Actually, I'll put it above these chromas, because it is a good thing to trade for, because you can flip it. I know people that pay a lot for it. Golden, never see anyone trade for it. Lugers. Lugers are just always a great thing to trade for. I'll go ahead and put... actually, yeah, that's... I'm going to go ahead and rearrange this. I'm going to put the Elderwood Blade up top. I'll go ahead and put the 3 Lugers right together. Ginger Luger... Not Ginger Luger, my apologies. The Luger Cane is just basically a better trade than the Ginger Luger. They're about equal value, I think. Hollow Gun, just about the same as those two, unfortunately. Just not really wanted. Same with the Purple Hollows, although there are some people. I'll put the orange one above it because it is more wanted. The Hollow Scythe, from my personal experiences, I do actually have people trading for it. I'm going to go ahead and bump the regular Cookie Cane up behind Ginger Blast, because I feel like it's just a good item to trade for right now, as it does have a chance to recover. Might not, but it might. Handsaw, I would completely avoid. Crossbows, S tier. Everyone loves crossbows. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put crossbows above the candy set. Let's just get these both out of the way. Heartblade, really loved weapon right now. A lot of people like it. Pretty unique. I'll put it in right behind Sakura set, because it is lower demand, I think. Oh, I'm so sorry for that voice crack. Flames, put it next to Chill, and I'm gonna go ahead and put Tide right next to it. Two sides of the same coin. People usually want one or the other. Ice Beam and Ice Flakes, surprisingly, I'm starting to notice people do actually appreciate them more. Ice Blaster, people want a pretty good amount. The Ice Breaker is probably pretty wanted. It's not as wanted as some chromas from what I've noticed, but it's decent. I'm just going to go ahead and toss the Evos into the nerf tier, because Rainbow Set. Right now, Rainbow Set is highly wanted, but for the time I think this video is going to be published, I'm going to go ahead and put it in A tier, as I feel like it will still be extremely wanted. I'll put it in the bottom of A tier just for insurance policy. Ice Dragon, it's a lot like Ice Flake. Ice Shard, on the other hand, is just pretty down bad. Ice Wing, a lot of people trade. They either want it or they want nothing to do with it, so I'll give it a C tier, as you either hate it or you love it. I think it's the value that mostly screws it out. Actually, the dupe did ruin it. I'm going to go ahead and put it down in D, as if you can get it for maybe a legendary or two, it's a good deal, but I wouldn't pay more than that for it personally. Jingle Gun, I'd put it above Icewing, as more people like it. Same with Laser and the classic Laser. Lightbringer, obviously go next to its Darkbringer counterpart. Log Chopper's tricky, as it's just not a really liked ancient, although it is still an ancient, so people do still like it. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in C tier. The Makeshift, the double barrel shotgun. Everyone loves this thing. It's just such a nice gun. People always ask to trade for it, so I'll go ahead and put it next to Bat. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put Elderwood Blade. I'll put it right behind for now. Minty, I will say it's I'd say it's less wanted than its axe. I need to bump Ice Blaster up, as I am currently really underappreciating it. My apologies. Blaster, I'm gonna have to move down. Nebula, as people just don't like it. Nightblade, however, people do like. I'll go ahead and give it decent C, as people will trade for it quite a bit. It's a very unique knife. We don't have another pure black knife like it. Colored Sears, just people don't like the Sears in general, sadly. There are some people that trade for them, but they're far and few. Pumpkin, it's about the same as Fang. I'll put it above Fang because around Halloween, people really want it. Peppermint, I think it's called, just bad. Phantom, however, Phantom is, ever since Halloween, has been wanted, overpaid for, and has just had such a good time. It is I'm gonna put it above the Bringers, just as a lot of people like the Phantom set. I'll go ahead and put the gun with it. Phaser, you have to put with these other three classic guns. It's just not a great weapon. Pixel, it's underpaid for. People don't really want it. I would just personally try to get an underpay for it, maybe 10, 15 value less if you can. That'd make it worth it. Plasma is, they're slowly making a recovery after their mass dupe, so I'll give them a D tier. I'm gonna bump Icewing down next to them since it was mass duped with it. Prince, classic, people don't really like it. Shadow, on the other hand, I'll put next to Ghost, as Shadow and Ghost are the only two classics that I'm ever asked for. Prismatic, meh, people don't really want it. Saw, people never want it. Shark, on the other hand, I do get asked for Shark about the same as much as a Laser, same with the Slasher. So I'll go ahead and put them together. Snowflake is just a less wanted, just a worse looking Ice Flake, so I'll go ahead and put it in the top of it. No, I'd say Chroma Saw is asked for more. Spider, it's just not great. Splitter, pretty bad knife. Swirly Axe, I'm not the biggest fan of them, but people love the swirlies. As of making this right now, swirlies aren't doing too great, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock them down a few points. They would have been A tier a couple weeks ago. However, the blade I will put at the top, as a lot of people are trying to trade the axe for the blade. Vamp's Edge, actually pretty light knife for being very cheap. I'll go ahead and put it behind Flames and, not Flames, Heat and Tides. Virtual, it gets asked for with its counterpart. I'm gonna go ahead and bump down Blaster. Winter's Edge, in my opinion, I don't have people ever ask for it. Xmas, surprisingly, I do get asked for it. It's usually around the holidays. Here's my tier list. I'm gonna quickly go through, see if I should change anything, and then I'll get right back to you guys. Alright, after a little bit of shuffling around, I think I'm happy with this tier list personally. Again, this was not meant to offend anyone or upset anyone. This is just my opinion, so please do take with a grain of salt. This is just weapons I would personally recommend trading for if you get the chance. If you have your own opinions, feel free to use the template. I'm going to leave it down below, the link to it. Make your own. And I hope this does help some of you, like, know what weapons you should avoid, what weapons you should trade for, as some weapons are just harder to trade, and some weapons you can trade off easily, have high demand, and are wanted badly. But then there are just some weapons that people aren't going to want. Like Bat Wings, everyone wants Bat Wings right now. They're rising. But then you look at something such as, let's say Fang. It's got some demand, but it's not great. You'll trade it just in the middle. With all that out of the way, if you liked, a subscribe would be very much appreciated. It helps me make more videos, and until next time, have a great day.